topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
This is Rockin' Radio, the wall of sound.
This is your stirring up some publicity. Citizen Kane rise again.
Stay tuned to this frequency.
Yes, stay tuned on this frequency because you are on W4CY Radio and it's time for the Irish Jinger show. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Time, passed from 1 minute now. And we have a great guest today, but we need to reach her again because we don't know if we have her on Skype or by phone call. Okay? But before, like usually, I will... we have her. Shanon Griffin. Hello. Hello. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And you?
I am doing really good too. Just I guess figuring out our technical difficulties.
Okay, no worries. By phone call, it's okay too.
Okay, good.
So, like I was saying, before I introduce you, I will promote some stuff, okay? And then I will introduce you, okay? It's okay for you?
Okay.
So we will promote some shows of the radio station and the sister radio station. We will talking about the adventures of Pipeman every day on W4CY Radio at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it, especially not tomorrow, because I will be there for this time, Not on live with Dean, don't worry about that, but I will be on the chat room, definitely. So, every Monday you have All That Sunlight with Dr. Al Myers. It's about Orthodox Christianity. And it's at noon Eastern Time every Monday, if ever you are interested, okay?
Okay, no, that's great.
Every Monday, too, we have Beyond Confidence with Devaya Parekh on W4WN this time, okay, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is a really interesting show, too. Every Tuesday, you have twice Rebel Muddler. Once on W4WN Radio at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with Rebel's Romper Room. And then she switched on W4CY Radio at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with In Your Face. Great shows. Both great shows. I like it. And I am all the time here for the second show. But usually, I'm not sure, but usually tomorrow I should to be here for the first show too. Okay? And every Wednesday you have Jimmy Star show with Jimmy Star and Ron Russell at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on W4CY Radio. And finally, every Friday you have Dr. Isabel Rance with Isabel Groves at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, W4CY Radio too. This is only certain shows that we have on our radio stations. There is many else. Again, you just need to check on the Facebook page of W4CY Radio, on the Facebook page of W4WN Radio, W4VT Radio, K4HD Radio, W4CS Radio. Everywhere, okay, and Talk for Media, for sure. And hello to everyone at the chat room, Valley, Eula, and Ash, and everyone else. through the world. So today, like I said, we have Shanon Griffin. How are you?
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello.
So we will talking about everything and anything, but especially about your book, Smell of Poverty. So you do some conferences also, and especially you do Facebook Live several times. I already said I've seen it.
Yes, we're live on Facebook, and we do a lot of interviews and posting and things like that to spread the word about the book.
Yeah, and what this book talking about?
Well, it's talking about it's different stories. So the book is called The Smell of Poverty, and again, thank you so much for having me here with your community and your platform. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk with, your friends in your circle. So I definitely appreciate you. Well, the book is called The Smell of Poverty, and it is an anthology of 16 authors that are coming together to share their stories about poverty, how poverty made them who they are today, and how they got through it to persevere to where they are in their careers, and how they're giving back to communities to be able to help them with poverty as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's true that a lot of problems of our society for the moment is about money, and especially with every people. But I mean, even with my artists, no thanks to internet, a lot of people don't buy anything like CDs and everything like this, and try to having all free. But artists need money for continue to be artists, and to do songs and for living. This is a big problem of our society now, because a lot of people don't want to spend money anymore, or less and less money anymore, and on the same time, there is a lot of people who had less and less money too, We are about all touched by the crisis, because this is a crisis. We can do it, say it. But on the same time, you can't choosing like this between this or between that. And if really you want or you love something, you need to pay for it, Right. This is really important. Of course, the principal stuff is to eating, to having a roof up of it, and drinking and living a specific good life, all the same. But if ever you want extra, you need to manage your money for pay this extra.
Right.
Yeah. And for talking about poverty too, I am not so rich, neither, I have some problems too, like everybody, but when I go to eat somewhere outside, to the restaurant, and especially to summertime, when we are on the terrace, I always try to sharing my meal with an homeless, because people need help sometimes, and just sharing a part of your meal with an homeless is already something, to do for this person. And only say hello, talking a little with them, it's really important for them, It's like if they were somebody, because when you ignore them, it's like if there were nobody. This is really cruel.
Right.
So I don't know what you're thinking about, but I always try to do this kind of stuff. Don't ignore them. Sharing a maximum with people who are more poor than me. It's important.
Right.
From
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, one of the things about the book, The Smell of Poverty, is we have the 16 stories of different people, and some of them, there's people who are coming from the fact that they were born into poverty. Some are going to speak about working, or some people speak about childhood illness or being ill and then being in poverty, to the point of divorce. Being in a situation where you've been divorced and then now you are living in poverty and living out of your car. So we definitely talk about different forms of poverty, and knowing that something does need to be done. Even though most people don't really want to talk about poverty, we all want wealth, or we all want to be okay. So let's put it that way. We may not necessarily want to be as wealthy, but we just want to be taken care of to the point where we don't necessarily have to figure out where our next meal is coming compared to paying a bill or having to be if we're ill. So I definitely understand and resonate with that, with the fact you're saying you like to give to, the homeless when you see them. And what I do myself is I make sure I have like single dollar bills so that I can have them readily available, so that when I do see someone and I can give them money. So, I factor that into my own, budget or my own day of what I do to make sure I have money available for to give to the homeless or to give to someone if I need to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And by the way, today you can to be on a good situation, a very good situation, but it can to be so fast for that you lose everything. You lose your job, and problems can start, and it can to be so fast, and those people of who I am talking about, those homeless, certain said to me, I had a home, I had a work, I had a job, I had a family, but I lost my job, and after I lost my family, I lost my home. It can to be so fast for lose everything, but for get up again, it can to be so long, because when you lose everything, you lose trust in yourself too.
Yeah,
and
I could understand that.
Mm-hmm. And so it's from what I say all the time. I am those people because maybe one day I could to be to their place, We are not safe. We are never safe about that,
Right.
So have a little empathy for these people, because they were like you and me before,
Right. Right. And that's one thing that when you're dealing with poverty, and when you're looking at public assistance and programs that are out there that will help you because you're in poverty, we spoke about it on the telesummit that we did the other day, and we were just talking about public assistance and programs that are out there to help people who are in poverty, and understanding that those same programs can definitely also be blocks, and they could be things that hinder people from moving out of poverty because of the way they're set up. And they're not necessarily all set up to really get you out of poverty. It's just to kind of keep you maintained, until something happens.
Absolutely. And by the way, I am really proud sometimes of some people who are on the show business, who help people like them, even some people on the show business, some actors being homeless at the moment, and they know why to help people,
Right.
But if you want, we will playing a song and we come back just after for continue the discussion. Okay?
Okay. All righty.
So we will playing right now Milk and Honey with American whiskey. Okay, and we come back just after.
Out right when the sun set down. Emerald-eyed girl that sold her soul, traded it in for a little bit of gold.
Title with both Mark and
Can't tell me any different. Headed out west with your sheets of linen. I tipped my mandolin in honey to sound a little sweeter. Buried all my money, then blamed it on the preacher. See the angels in the back making American whiskey. With the silver violin, toast to every amen. And I said, I see that you're electrified. There's a new light in your eyes. You may not believe it, but you should have seen us fly. And if you notice, you'll know. Yeah, I'm going home. From me, yes, I am in worry, but you're not what I need. Want nothing more, but you can't get enough. Go ahead and put my hands in the cuffs. If you never love me again, don't come knocking on my door asking how I've been. I pray to the Lord and I curse my name, 'cause I'm the fire that makes up the flame. See the angels in the back making American whiskey. With the silver violin, toast to every amen. And I said, I see that you're electrified. But there's a new light in your eyes. You may not believe it, but you should have seen us fly. And if you notice, you'll know. In the back making American whiskey. With the silver violin, toast to every amen. The angels in the back making American whiskey. With the silver violin, toast to every amen.
party. So enjoy.
It ain't fair, say a prayer. When the midnight talks, underwater with no air, and I feel like I've been left on the eye. Oh, and if you notice, you know. Yeah, I'm going home.
No, this is the end of the song. Okay. It's a great, great song. Like I was saying just before, see that it was not the end of the song. Anyway, this song is number 40 into the top 40. So if you want to save it before next week, before that it disappears from the top, go on my YouTube channel and watch the clip of this song, okay? And make claim the number of view for this one, because or else next week it will be not on the top 40 anymore, Sorry for it. So what I would think, where can we buy Smell of Poverty?
Thank you again. Thank you guys for being here, and thank me for being here and everything. Smell of Poverty actually is on April 15th is the big release day. That's the launch day. And if you go to bit.ly/The Smell of Poverty, you can get the book for 99 cents. It'd be 99 cents on Amazon. So it's the ebook version. You could download it. So we really need people to kind of go on the 15th and get it, because we want to make it a #1 bestseller. So we need your support. So 99 cents for the ebook, you'll be able to get it. But if you want to get a hardback, you can either get it through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or you can go to the link, the bit.ly link, the bit.ly/The Smell of Poverty, and you can get any of the options there. You can also request one from me, and I could sign it for you and get it to you. So you have several options of getting it, but we really would love for it to get out and about so that people would know how to get it and access it so they can read and be a part of the stories.
Cool. And I have a problem with my computer, Anyway, we don't care about this. About my problem of computer, I mean. I have a problem with my computer, in fact, but it's okay. We don't care about this. What I was talking about again, about, it should be great if people could learn from each other rather than fight together, because I see it a lot on Facebook, and it happened to me again this week, into a debate. People don't really debate, they try to give their opinion and to impose their opinion rather than to listen to each other and learn from each other. I think that rather to fight against each other, we should learn to listen to each other, and take the good point on each opinion, rather than to fight and try to say my opinion is better than your opinion, because it's rather like this that people react for the moment, and it's really not good. I don't know what you're thinking about that, but it's pretty bad, Because finally,
Yeah.
it's not a debate anymore. This is a fight.
Yes. No, I agree with that. I mean, we definitely want to learn from each other in order to, make our lives and our communities better and not be so just full of a lot of anger and tense, and everyone is stressed out because either one, they're not able to live, in the place where they want to, or they're living below the substandards because of they're in poverty and they don't have the funds or resources or the food or basic necessities. And usually if you got people who are living in small confined areas, or they don't have food and they don't have their basic necessities, there's always going to be some type of friction and some type of frustration going on that rolls over into relationships. So I definitely realize and know that poverty is not good, it's not fun. But the one thing that I will say too is that poverty, it's a lucrative business. There's money in poverty, and it sounds strange, but there's a lot of funds that are going around and availability of money, and it's helping those who are in poverty. So there's still people getting paid, on their jobs to deal with poverty. There's people who are in charge of, a lot of the things dealing with public and social welfare that they are getting paid. So there's, billions of dollars that's out there to support those who are impoverished. But is the programs available to everyone? Is the programs accessible to everyone? Which is some of the things that we definitely need to look at. And we'll say, well, isn't there a program out there? Well, there may be a program, but that program is not available to everyone. Everyone doesn't have transportation, or where the program is, it's not accessible, or the hours that transportation is available makes it so that you can't get to the place to participate. So there's a lot of things when we're looking at infrastructure in our cities and dealing with poverty, and how some cities are just reaping poverty because of the way the infrastructure that is set up.
Absolutely. And the problem with this person with who I had this bad discussion is that this guy is against social and against liberal. And, he said that Europe was social and communist. This guy don't know anything about Europe, I think, because we are social, but certainly not communist, And to be social is not something bad. This is about take care about the people,
Right.
He said it like it was something really bad from hell, This is completely ridiculous, But anyway, this guy, I don't do that. I never do that, but I've been forced to block him on Facebook because he started to be bad against me, and to say that it could to coming to my show for disturb it, and I don't like this, But all
Right.
this cause a discussion on Facebook, a debate, this guy came with his ID, his opinion, like if it was the only truth of the world, And this is really not the kind of people with who I like to discuss, because usually I talking with people who are open, and we exchange our opinion by staying polite to each other, and to accept the opinion of each other. But in this case, it was really not the case, and more than that, I've been really scared by this guy, because starting to sing that he will coming to my show or stuff like this for talking about that. And I said, no, anyway, my show is not made for that. It's made for promotion, usually, And by the way, I am booked till middle of June, and I don't want you to my show, because I don't like having problems like this. By the way, I have somebody on the chat room here for you, Jacqueline McKeever, who say
Hi,
hello.
yeah,
And she says hello, Shannon, here to support.
Hi, thank you, Jacqueline.
I like having people who support my guest, and who support people like this, and people generally, I like a lot of support, and I like promotion. I like support people anyway, what they do and what they said or anything, by the way, I support people who write books, who do music, who do movies, who make good actions, or I have even artists who have some actions for against cancer or everything. And I support all they do, because this is really important to me to support people in their goal. It's what I do, And I mean, solidarity is really, really important for me, because this is giving your time for good reason. And spend your time for a good reason, I think.
No, it is. And Jacqueline is actually one of the authors of The Smell of Poverty as well. And Jacqueline has a nonprofit that's called Route to Victory. So she helps people become financially fit and financially supported. So thank you, Jacqueline, for popping in here. And again, she is also one of the authors of The Smell of Poverty. So I appreciate her popping in.
Me too, absolutely. And I hope that there is a lot of people who will buy this book, because this is really important to take care and to learning about other people's,
Yes.
Because it's like this. It's like this that you grow up, and that you open your mind to the world,
Right.
And
right. No, that's true.
I need to do that all the time. I am talking with people from about every cultures, every religions, every countries, and I learn a lot. You can talking to people like this from every culture for open your mind and take what is good in other cultures and leave what is bad into your own culture on other cultures. This is like this that humanity can grow up, definitely. By learning good stuff from other cultures and other religions and other countries, And I really see the world like this, Learning from each other. This is the best way to grow up in this life, in one's life. Sorry. I have somebody on the chat room here. You can purchase The Smell of Poverty book. Yes, she gave the link. Okay. If you want, we will playing another song, and we come back just after for continue our discussion. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome. We will playing now Ghostly Bird with Limitless. This is one of my best friends from Canada. So enjoy
Wow.
it.
I'm sitting on a cloud and unraveled happiness. The city all around me
Mostly Bird is number 30 in the top 40, and is a great artist from Canada and a good friend. I have a question from the chat room now. What can you do to support families living in poverty?
One of the things that I would say is how to help families is by giving them resources, but giving them resources that they can actually use based on their need. And what that looks like is there's public assistance that are out there. But like I had said before, if you can't get to the location to where the place is because of transportation, you have to be able to help them where they are. And one of the things, just a little bit about me is that my background is social work. So I'm a social worker. I work in nonprofit, and I've been in that for over 20 years. So I work with families right now that are in poverty, and I work with child protective services and foster care. So I see poverty and families a lot. And one of the things that was one of the needs in order to get families transitioned from poverty to prosperity was giving them transportation as well as childcare. So if a parent can go to work and have a job so that they can move their families and transition them off of aid, then they will be able to support their families and take their families to the next level. So I think one of the things that how to help families that are living in poverty is giving them resources that are specific to what they need so that they can naturally move themselves through because they have the resources available for them.
And absolutely, and you can only help by if you have too much clothes and everything like this, you can give some of your clothes that you don't use anymore, by example, you can prepare a biggest meal and take some of your meal for people who is in the need. You can to do a lot of stuff. In fact, if you spend a little time for others, for people who is in the need, and. Yeah, we do that a lot here to Belgium. By the way, we prepare meal for people, for homeless, for people in the need. We don't throw our old clothes when this is on good state, but we give it to other people who need it, for free. Of course, and only this can help a lot, because at last they come to having new clothes and stay people, people. Yeah. Stay somebody, and only, like I said, talking a little with them, spend your time with them. They need sometimes only people to which talking with, It's already a big stuff. And if you can give some stuff to them, do it. Just do it. Because it will be good for them, it will be good for you. Yes, you will feel better after, Me, when I do something for somebody else, I feel so much better after because I made something good, And to be good is... and make you feel good,
It makes a difference. Yeah, you could see that you made a difference in someone else's life.
Mm-hmm. And just because this is already soon the end of the show, but where can we reach you on social media?
Well, right now, you can always reach me under Shanon Griffin. That's my personal page. Or you can reach me under For Humanities, or it's at For Humanities, and I'm actually typing that in here too. For Humanities, you can reach me on all social media platforms, and that's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's I got Periscope, so you can reach me there. So I am usually live pretty often. I go live twice a day, 2 times a day, and sometimes 4 times.
I see. Yeah, also getting involved by volunteering helps get people out of poverty. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, because that's just what is involved. You need to be able to do that. And, that's definitely a big thing to just let people know and how to receive the message and how to get the message out. And just like Jacqueline here, who's, again, one of the authors of The Smell of Poverty, she's out and she's in the community as well with Route to Victory. So that's a nonprofit 501c3. So we're out there. We're in there working with people and helping people that are in poverty, as well as the authors of The Smell of Poverty, helping our...
We lost you. We lost you. Just, I would say, learn to be good to each other.
Yes.
Absolutely. Right. When will be your next Facebook Live?
Well, I will be going live again at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's normally my times in the morning and in the evening.
Okay.
So I go live at 7:30.
Okay, like this we know it and we can watch it. Okay. I would just think that next week we have Lennon Daniels to my show. This is a singer this time. And thank you very much for came to my show. And if ever you want to come back, you are free to come back. But you need to book with me because I have a lot of people who want to come to my show, and I am already booked till June, no? But when you want, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you all for being here. And thank you for having me here on your platform.
You're most welcome. We will leave with a Verity White, I Don't Care. And this artist is number, let me see, 20 on the top 40. Enjoy it and see you next week. Eat a pizza for me. Don't worry, be happy. Okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.